Good morning. We are live. We are live from Hack Shack Studios. How is everyone? I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I know I did. It's raining now, but it was dry all weekend, so that was good. We had some friends from Austin stop by for the weekend. It was a blast. They crashed here, and we had a good time. We ate good. We had a couple alcoholic beverages and hung out at the pool and the spa. Very, very relaxing, very fun. They are cool people and easy to hang with, and that is always a good thing. So I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend as well. So I wanted to do a live stream in the morning. I think I'm always more focused in the morning. In the evenings, I'm always a little tired. So I like to do these streams in the morning, and then I can get on my day and work and draw comic books for you guys. So the one I'm working on now is Black and White Volume 2, baby. So soon for that. And I have a little reveal for you guys. I got a present from California, and also I'm going to go over the Bob Show. I was a guest on the Bob Show, which is Bob Newhart's show when he, I think it was his last, I think he had 3 TV shows. I think it was his last one where he played a comic book artist. And I think one he played a therapist, and the other one he ran an inn, like a B&B. So I think he had 3 different shows. And so, yeah, I was a guest on one of the Bob Show episodes. I think it ran for 2 seasons as Bob Newhart. And Bob Newhart's one of my favorite comedians. I think he's very underrated. And I'm going to talk about that for an hour or so. And this was like, you guys brought this up to me on Twitter. You guys mentioned to me that didn't you do a TV show on the Bob Show? Weren't you on that? Could you talk about that? And so I was like, sure, I could do that. And so also I started thinking, I've had a little bit of like these situations have come up from time to time, and like little spots here and doing little things there. So I thought maybe I would do this as an ongoing, like each one of these parts I would get into a little bit more of these fun little asides that the comics industry has provided for me. So these are the nice little fun things that happen, and it's nice when people ask you to do these things, because most of the time you have no idea, or you don't think anybody knows who you are. Like, when people acknowledge your work and your contribution to the industry, you're kind of taken aback. At least I am, because I'm like, well, I don't know, because we work in this little vacuum here, and most of the time we're pretty isolated from people. That's why I do like Comicsgate and hanging out with you guys. There was no weed past Master Dan, not this time. I think that the new marijuana would probably kick my ass. The old marijuana kicked my ass. So let's see. Linkovich says, good morning. Hyper Kaiju, yo, what's up? Moot point, I like that. I went to school with Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. They were okay, but not too bright. This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. Yeah, that's when you know your parents are a little slow, when they just name all the kids the same name, so you don't forget. Linkovich says, Art versus Hollywood round 3. No verses. Just kind of asides. We got Adam Post here, Comicsgate our own. How you doing, Adam Post? What's up, man? You're up early. Well, it's not that early anymore, but we got Shadowhawk. Hail, Artie Bear. Yes, how are you? Ebbett says, hey, everyone. Let's see what else we got here. Good morning. There's blood in the water. No blood. We don't need any blood. Take the blood out. No shark attacks on this live stream. Ah, man, we got, I think it's Neon. Neon, what's up, my friend? I know you're very, very busy, but I miss you, man. We should do something soon. Every cartoonist that moves to Hollywood gets really weird. I am, what is that? IMHO. I don't know what that means. I am in the Wikipedia, and I think the IMDb. I have an IMDb page for what that's worth. And I guess you can if you pay them money, you can get a photo of yourself in there. So I never actually paid the money because I never really wanted to pursue acting or anything like that. But I do believe I have an IMDb page. Somebody told me. Because just real quick, I was in Hearts War, so I hand doubled for oh my gosh, what is that guy's name? It'll come to me. It wasn't Bruce Willis, but it was the other guy, and I went in there, and there was some guide. He just said, this was before the show, before they hired me, and he said, you look like. From the side three-quarter, you look like this actor, and you can draw. Would you like to do this? They were pickup shots. So they needed an artist. This guy was a sketch artist. And in Hearts War, it was like a concentration camp, I guess. And so this guy he drew like Nazi propaganda. He drew caricatures of the other guys in the concentration camp and stuff like that. And so they hired me to do that. So I drew all the propaganda drawings and everything. And so then there was a series of pickup shots, and they filmed me drawing. They filmed kind of from behind over this way. And so you could see the drawing that I was working on. And then I had a cat, like I was on some kind of bunk, like on the set. And then I had a cat on my lap. And there was a cat wrangler, I guess they call them. I don't know what they call them. And trying to keep the cat under control. Actually, the cat was pretty cool. And so, yeah, I drew for a couple hours, and it was very unnerving. I was pretty. It was pretty weird. It was pretty surreal because you got to be very, very controlled. You can't really move, and there's like marks, and you got to kind of work within those parameters. So if you do anything outside, they yell at you. Yeah, it's him. It is him. Oh, God, what is that guy's name? Oh my gosh, he was in the. I am so bad. Um, he was in the last Fantastic Beasts. He was the bad guy in it. Not Johnny Depp. He played Johnny Depp. He was Johnny Depp's character, and then Johnny Depp became that guy. Oh my gosh, what is his name? He was in the Fabulous, or what was it, Mr. Banks or whatever. He was in what else was he in? I'm trying to think of the Philip K. Dick um, movie. Movie. Thank you guys. Everything's. I hope I'm back. Everything's being waiting. There, and it's not showing up. But yeah, Colin Farrell. And so Colin was there, and I talked to him, and he was actually, this isn't the story I wanted to tell, but he's just a chain smoker, man. He was just smoking like a chimney. It was funny, and So I'm going to what's happening here. I hope my live stream's working. I got bounced out of my own live stream. What the hell's going on here? Oh my gosh. Yeah, things are hard enough, but then when the tech doesn't back your play. Let's see if we can get this thing back and I can get my focus back. So where did I leave? I left here. Oh, it's working now. I tuned in just in time. Yeah, for the system to crash. That's hilarious. Let me catch up. Let me catch up with you guys in the chat. All right, I'm caught up. So first, yeah, this is my friend works for this company, so he gave me the hat. So I thought like I would get all camoed out for it. So I got this through the mail, and if it's what I think it is, I'm going to share it with you guys, and then I'm going to tell my Bob Show story. So I got to tease you guys, and then I'm going to tell my Bob story. Oh, look at this. I think it is what I think it is. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yes, 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 indeedy do. Oh, thank you so much, D Geek Art. I hope you're watching. Oh, there's Philip. Yeah, thanks for the hat, brother. Yeah, I got my camo shirt on too, so I'm a sniper in the woods. I'm hiding from everybody. Oh shit! Oh my gosh, this looks so cool. Here they are, you guys. The Inco T-shirts. You wanted them. We gave them. We are giving them to you. Here we go. You wanted the best. You got the best. Inco. Let's see what this other one is too. Oh, this is there's two different ones. I think she wanted me to see how they work up. And let me see. This is one that we talked about. It has the Hack Shack Studios on the pocket, like on the front. Well, over the pocket if there was a pocket. And then the back is Inco, That's Good Ink. So yeah, this this looks great, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, so once we work out the kinks and get on the same page, me and D Geek we're going to start mass producing these things for you guys. So we'll have Hack Shack Studios Inco T-shirts very, very soon. And I'm in talks with Crypto Fashion. And one way or another, we are going to get these T-shirts to you. I'll let you know how we're going to go about doing that. And then we'll supply them for you. Yeah, all good, all good. Okay, okay. So here we go. Hopefully my internet stays, up and running, and that I don't get any hiccups, because when I get hiccups, it becomes very hard for me to get my focus back. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so God, when was this? This was you know what? I don't know how the best way to do this. This was like early 90s. So this is kind of early image days, like 93, 94. And so comics were really, really big at the time. I do believe I was over at Image Comics when this happened. So hopefully you guys can see this. So this is, I guess this is for the box set or something. So this is the Bob Show. And there was, so the idea is that he's a comic book artist. So that's the backdrop. And so he had this character, Mad Dog. I think that's the character back here. And I'm friends with the art director, and he's also in the cast. He was like a reoccurring character on the show. And so they did this big episode where they invited a bunch of comic book artists on the show, and then they had an award ceremony. So this Bob character, I think his name's Bob McKay, that's the Bob Newhart character. He was up for an award, like a I don't know, like an Eisner Award or something like that. And so he was very pessimistic. He's like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. So his family, like he said, I'm not going to go. So his family, says, you need to go. You need to go. And so the art director, I want to say his name, but I know that, Comicsgate's weird and stuff like that. So I'm not going to say his name. He got a bunch of his friends and different people from the comic book industry to come in and be at the awards ceremony. And so some of these guys were giving away awards. They were up on the podium and they had screen time, which I'll get into more. But I want to give you the backstory of the show just in case you don't remember it, because I think it only ran 2 seasons. So I do believe that there was a Marvel Comics version of Mad Dog, and this one's even signed by Bob McKay. Bob McKay is Bob Newhart. So this is not, he did not draw this. So yeah, based on the character from the hit TV show Bob. And yeah, so this is the Mad Dog character and his sidekick. I don't know what the sidekick's name was. I really don't know too much about any of this, to be honest. And so my friend did all the artwork. So he was basically, he was Bob McKay. So he did all the artwork for Bob McKay. So anytime you saw Mad Dog artwork and stuff, it was my friend. And so, like I said, there's Bob Newhart. Let me come back and let me see here. I can do this as well. So I'm going to give you a little bit more points of reference here. So here's the Wikipedia. Let me see, make sure this is all working. And so this is on the Bob Newhart show in general. This is the Bob show. And so what does it say? Bob is an American sitcom television series that aired on CBS from September 18th, 92 to December 93. So it really only looks like it ran a year. And so they have the creators' names here. The series was the third starring vehicle sitcom from Bob Newhart, following his previous success, CBS sitcoms, Bob Newhart Show, and then just Newhart. So the synopsis is, Newhart portrayed Bob McKay, the creator of the 1950s comic book superhero Mad Dog. So it was also kind of, I guess, if I remember right, he brought this back. Like, he's an older guy and he's trying to kind of compete in a modern comic book, industry. So let me see. Superhero Mad Dog. Mad Dog was a casualty of the Comics Code Authority. Oh, shoot. That's kind of cool. A real-life self-regulation authority that formed to concern over violence and gore in comics in the 1950s. In the wake of the CCA, Bob became a greeting card artist. Oh, man, I didn't know that was his backstory. So actually the Comics Authority and all that seduction of the innocents and stuff actually looks like it shut him down. That's kind of a cool backstory. He's a rebel. Bob became a greetings card artist in the pilot. Mad Dog is revived when the American-Canadian Transcontinental Communications Company, wow, that is a mouthful, buys the rights to the series. Complications ensue when Ace Comics head Harlan Stone, that guy was hilarious on the show, that John Cragen, insisted Mad Dog should be a bloodthirsty vigilante rather than the hero Bob originally created. So I guess he's trying to make it more contemporary. The Comics Code would have a field day with the new bloodthirsty vigilante version. Bob initially turned down Harlan's offer to revive the series with the publisher, but after his wife Kay, the first season, what is it? Whatever the company is, was sold to millionaire who hated comics, and the entire Mad Dog staff, including Bob, was fired. Oh man, that's a hell of a way to start a pilot. Holy shit. During the first season, Bob balances his work life and his personal life. Bob's wife, Kay, is loyal and sensible and a busy career woman herself. Their grown daughter, Tisha, frequently bemoans her single state. At work, Bob has to deal with more eccentric staff members. One of them was my friend. He's always on screen. He's always in the background drawing. So they have all the different like wacky cast here that work in the office with him. So it's like a studio. I believe it's like a studio setup, if I remember right. And so there's always like stuff going on in the background, people drawing and putting things together. Oh, it looks like Lisa Kudrow from Friends was in the show as well. And if you guys saw these actors, you'd recognize them because like the daughter, you've seen her in a bunch of stuff before. Bob Newhart returned in late October '93. The show was revamped completely. All of Bob's co-workers from the previous season disappeared, and the show's premise had changed. Oh, okay. Betty White, his wife of his former boss, had a runoff with the dental hygienist. What? Hired Bob as the president of the greetings. Her obnoxious son Pete, the vice president of sales, I don't remember any of this, who had expected to take over the company and now had to work for Bob. So is he still making comic books? Others working for the company were the sarcastic bookkeeper and dumb but beloved Whitney Van Deer, a member of the production team who adored Bob. Okay, whatever. This is getting boring. Okay, so Bob Newhart is Bob McKay, so on and so forth. Nobody other than I think that Lisa Kudrow is of name here. Although, if you go down notable stars and you keep going to episodes, here's all the episodes here. And then let's see. Oh, shoot. What the hell did oh my gosh. I thought this was the one. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay, notable stars. Okay, so the season 1 episode, You Can't Win, played upon the series comic book connection by guest starring comic book artist Bob Kane, Jack Kirby, Mel Lazarus, Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Mel Kiefer, Paul Power, Art T. Bear, and Sergio Aragonis, and then the creator of Gru with Bob Scripter, Mark Evanier. So actually, Gru gets mentioned. So yeah, so I'm actually in the Wikipedia page as a guest star on this episode of Bob Newhart, which was pretty cool. And so now I'll tell you how it all happened and everything, like behind the scenes stuff. Now that you know it's legit and you know the backstory. So like I said, my friend was working on the show. He was also art director, so he's doing all the artwork for the Mad Dog comic strip. He's on the show, you know, in the background all the time. And so he says that Mark Evanier kind of stole his thunder, and he did, because I think Mark Evanier got credit for putting the show together, but he didn't. It was actually Paul, this guy, Paul. And so he came on and he contacted all the artists and stuff like that. And so Image was hot, and I knew this guy for a long time. And so he had us all come on. So I came on the show early, so I think they start rehearsing at the beginning of the week, like Monday, and then they do like a live taping on Friday. So they kind of do rehearsals through the week. So excuse me. So Paul asked me if I wanted to help out. So it went beyond just like a guest star. So help out with the artwork, help out putting the show together, basically all the art that needed to be done and everything like that. So also I was there for all of the rehearsals. So Paul and I were there for the rehearsals. So the interesting thing is that Marc Silvestri and Jim Lee had speaking lines. So the idea here was that I think it was Bob Kane, I believe, Jack Kirby, although I'm not sure if Jack Kirby had lines, and then Marc Silvestri and Jim Lee had lines. And so the idea was it was a convention like scene, and so they had like it was like a black tux kind of event. And so it was an award ceremony, kind of one of those like convention rooms or whatever. And so they had tables, and I guess everybody's supposed to be like eating and things like that. And so there was a stage and a podium. So then to make it look like a real kind of award ceremony, they had other people getting awards. So it wasn't just, you know, Bob McKay's character getting an award. So they had like clips. And I think the idea was that all these different people were just boring the shit out of Bob's character. So, you know, it was just agonizing. So the way it was set up is that, you know, it was just boring. And it was boring. I was bored. And so anyway, yeah, so we're doing all the rehearsals and working on all the artwork that needed to be done for the show and everything like that. So what was funny is that Jim Lee and Marc Silvestri were not there for any of the rehearsals. They were, I guess, too big to do this. So they only showed up the day of, but the producer and everybody on the show, I guess they didn't have communication with them. So they weren't sure that they were even going to be there for the show. So my friend and I, they asked us, because we were there and we were willing and we were kind of doing a decent job with everything. And so they said, you guys need to fill in for these two. So if worst case scenario, they don't show up, then you guys will already know your lines, you know, you'll have worked through everything. So then when Friday comes, you guys can fill in for Mark and Jim if they don't show up. And I do remember like the producer or whoever it was, the director was saying, we have a dressing room, like they were big stars. So they had like a trailer. And so my friend and I, we would just hang out in the trailer because they weren't there. So we just hung out and we just claimed the trailer as our own. So yeah, they were the big stars, and along with Bob Kane and Jack Kirby. And so and those two guys, they weren't there either for the rehearsals. So I guess everybody except for me and this other guy were there. But I think that if I remember right, Jim and Mark, I guess they had agents or something, and they couldn't get in communication with them, or there was some kind of misunderstanding. So they weren't sure those two were going to even be there. So, oh, wait. Okay, we have SDA. Art found this series on YouTube. Go here, guys. It's James Kavanaugh Wagner, or look up Bob TV show, Bob Newhart. Yeah. So, so the thing is, you know, we're there the whole week. We're doing our thing. And so it was cool because when you're there, they kind of start treating you like family. I was there like 8-10 hours a day, whatever it was, all week. And so I got to meet these guys, got to know them. And so I think it was one of the showrunners or whatever said, if you want, like, your family, or they can come and hang out with you, like, because it's kind of cool. And so I was like, oh, okay. So my dad and I, like, when I was younger, we weren't that close. And so I didn't really know if my dad would want to come or not, but I invited him to the studio and to the lot, the movie lot. And so he came. It was so cool, man. So my dad showed up, and my dad's like, he can turn on a charm, boy. And so he had all those ladies hanging out with him and stuff. It was really cool. And so, you know, they feed you and all that stuff. So, you know, my dad's there hanging out. And so I think one day my brother came too, and hung out. So it was really cool. It was a really kind of chill and relaxed environment. All the actors and the people working on the show were very, very cool. So Paul and I are learning our lines. You know, we're at the podium and we're pretending to be Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri. I think they had like a script change, so there was some stuff because I think there were some inside jokes with those guys. So there was a different I think a script that we were reading from. So they were really preparing for like those guys weren't going to be there. So I think now we're up to Friday. So we're up to the actual. They tape live, so there's a studio audience there and everything. So there's like there's these stages. So there's different sets, and then there's like a riser in the back, and so the cameras are back there, and so are the audience is back there too. So we're there. You know, we're getting ready, and I guess everybody was supposed to bring tuxedos. I didn't get the memo, so I'm there, and there's like, "Where's your tux? Where's your suit?" And I go, well, I don't have a black tuxedo, and I don't have a black suit. And so they said, "Well, go to wardrobe on the lot, and they'll set you up with it." So I went over there, and this guy was like, he was like a I guess costume Nazi. I'm trying to think of the word. He was just very, very militant. Like he's like, I'll outfit you, I'll give you costume, you know, everything, and we'll get it all. It'll fit you and everything. We'll tailor it real quick and all that stuff. He said, but he said, as soon as they stop taping, you bring this back. He said, because it's going to be late, and I'm going to be staying late, and I want to make sure that, you know, before I end my day, that this tuxedo gets back to me. And so then I was like, you got it, man. And so this guy was, like I said, man, he was freaking militant. He was like, you will do this. And so you got to keep this in mind, because this pays off later, but not in a good way. And so anyway, so we're taping. And Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri show up last minute. So they show up, but like just before the show starts taping. And so, you know, we're all kind of taking our place on the table. So there's tables where everybody's sitting. So they have like actors and extras with the comic book artists. So it's not just all the comic book artists sitting at one table. So there's like Jack Kirby with some extras with one of the cast members, and so then there's my table with some artists extras, and then two of the actors were there. So it was the daughter, and the daughter was dating some young guy. And so the funny thing is, Rob Liefeld was supposed to be at this taping because this young guy, and I don't know the actor's name, but he was in what was it? The Father of the Bride, I think, the movie, the Steve Martin movie. So he was like the boyfriend / guy that was going to marry the guy's daughter. So I don't know the actor's name, but like I said, everybody on the show you would recognize because they've done things outside of the Bob show. So I'm sitting there with the daughter of Bob McKay, and then the boyfriend is sitting next to her. And so Sergio Aragonés was at my table too. So he was kind of, what would that be, like 2 o'clock? And so then there's extras around us. And so most of the time we were just kind of supposed to act like we were talking, but not really talking, because the mics would pick it up. So we had to just kind of like, you know, just pantomime stuff. And so it was cool. I got to know the two actors, which was neat. Sergio, I had already met before, but it was fun talking to him again. And so the cool thing is, when you watch the show, if you watch the show, we're at the table right in front of the podium. So there's the stage is like right in front, and then the podium's right there. So I'm in just about every shot, but you can't really see because they want to make sure the actors can be seen. You know what I mean? So they're kind of in the camera, and then everybody else is just kind of the backs of their heads. So so that, yeah, it's me, Sergio, and then the extras, and then the two actors. And so then the cameras would come into the table because those actors had lines and stuff like that. So you could kind of see the side, side 3/4 of my face and stuff like that. So, but nothing like full on like this at that point. So Bob Kane was a complete just glory hog. That guy was a pain in the ass. And the reason it took so long is mostly because of Bob Kane. So Bob kept flubbing his lines. And so he would say something that was kind of funny afterwards. So then he was like a child, like when a child gets a laugh about something, they just keep doing it. So then he just kept doing it. And so then after a while, you were just kind of like, this is a joke. This is boring. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. My stream of consciousness. I got to finish my thought. Okay, so just remember that I was at, that part. Okay, so I'm sorry, you guys. I'm kind of jumping all over the place because I'm trying to remember everything, but I'm trying to put it in some kind of order. So Rob Liefeld, the funny thing about it is Rob Liefeld was supposed to play the boyfriend of the girl. So I left that part out. So this was really written kind of for Rob Liefeld. And so this guy, the boyfriend of the girl, the backstory there was that he was like a Rob Liefeld young hotshot, like a young upstart, right? And so he was kind of obnoxious. He was cocksure of himself, and so now he's dating Bob's daughter. You know what I mean? So this is his competition. This is the young guy. He's the old guy. He doesn't like this guy at all, this young upstart. So that's kind of the backstory there. Sorry, you guys, I left that out. And so Rob was supposed to do this show, but Rob was between the Newhart, the Bob Newhart show, or going on Dennis Miller. So the legendary Dennis Miller show, they were both in conflict as far as scheduling. So Rob took the Dennis Miller appearance over the Bob show appearance. So I don't know, maybe it was the right move. He probably got more eyes on himself on the Dennis Miller show. I do remember it was kind of cool where Rob had given everybody in the crowd like Youngblood 1. And so they all held it up. The camera panned around and they held it up. So that was pretty cool for Rob. So anyways, I do believe that character was written for Liefeld. And so sorry about that. So now we're back, the podium, Bob Kane is being just overbearing. Like this has taken like an hour for him to do his line. And so, like I said, he kept kind of flubbing it, maybe accidentally, maybe on purpose. I don't know, but he still was getting laughs, but we were just kind of humoring him. And so we got through Bob Kane. And so I'm a Batman fan, so I kind of geeked out over Bob Kane. I know that he's kind of like legendarily, he's a douche. He's a bit of a douche, but it was still cool meeting him. I still was like, wow, this is cool. And they had a bunch of other people there too, like the guy that created Steve Canyon. I think the guy that created Johnny Quest. They had a bunch of other artists there too that weren't even in the credits there. And so I got to meet those guys. And so then I do believe Kirby went in, and Kirby was there with Roz, with his wife. And so he did his line. Jim and Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri did their line. I think they did it together. I think they were up there together. And so they were kind of like riffing on each other. So that was cool. And those guys, they were like professional. They went up there and they just kind of nailed it. Mark Silvestri was kind of like a natural. He just went right up there and did it. And I was like, I rehearsed your lines, and then you just snubbed me last minute, you son of a bitch. But it was good. It was all good, and it felt authentic. Those two up there and everything. So long story short, then Bob goes up, he gets his award and whatever, or either that or he lost the award. I don't remember what it was actually. So at the end, I just kind of wanted to talk to Sergio. And so I thought they said cut. So I got up and I walked over to Sergio, and the camera was still on. So my big close up or whatever is I walked over, and I wasn't supposed to do this. I walked over and shook and just patted like Sergio on the back, and was talking to him. You couldn't hear anything I was saying, but it's just kind of like a little moment, and then they cut the scene. So it was really cool. I'm glad I did that. And it looked organic. You know what I mean? It looked like that's how, after an award ceremony ended, that's what you would do. And so they kept it in. So that was pretty cool. And it had a great time. So then there was going to be a big photo op. Everybody was going to take this picture. And so then my friend who was the art director said, Art, you have to get in the shot. And I was like, yeah, but I told this guy right after the camera was done, after they stopped filming, that I was to run over and give him back, the tuxedo. And he said, don't worry, it's fine. I go, that guy, he's going to kill me. I got to do this. I got to keep my word. And so sometimes I get stupid principled. Like I was like, I got to keep my word to this guy versus being this legendary shot. I think Wizard published this picture too. And so everybody's in the shot. There's the cast, there's Bob Newhart, there's all the comic book artists there. And I think shortly after, we lost like Bob Kane, we lost Jack Kirby. So it was one of those things. It was like one in a million kind of opportunities. And because I had to keep my word with this guy, I just missed it. So when I ran over there. I was like taking off, the jacket and stuff as I was running over there. And then I ran back because I didn't want to miss it. My friend told me, he said he would try to stall as much as he could. And so I ran over there just as they were wrapping, the camera shot, the photographer and stuff was wrapping and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I missed this. Sucked, man. This was horrible. And so yeah, I looked for it. I couldn't find the image, the photo, which is just as good because it would have made me sad. So yeah, there's a picture floating around somewhere of from the Bob show, and of Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Bob Kane, Jack Kirby, and all these other great guys, Sergio Aragones, and there was just a bunch of different artists there. And it was just a blast to be asked to be part of this. I felt like, these are the fun little asides that you get to do as a comic book artist, and we pulled it off, man. All the artwork was there. My friend was beaming because he put this whole thing together. He says that Mark Evanier, because I think Mark Evanier maybe won some kind of award, it was like an Eisner Award. There was some kind of goings on for this show, the comics industry kind of awarded, and my friend didn't get any mention or anything, and I think it all went to Mark Evanier. So he was a little perturbed at Mark, and he thought that Mark should have kind of clarified who did what. And so, just like me getting aced out of the photo, my friend got aced out of the credits and stuff like that. But I was there. I saw that he put everything together, so I can kind of personally. Paul Powers was in the article in Comic Book Creator, issue 16, talking about his time on the Bob show and Jack Kirby episode. He did mention art on the show, and the details are described. Oh, well, that's cool. I didn't want to get Paul in we live in weird times. So I know I mentioned Paul, and he's in the Bob Wikipedia and stuff like that. But yeah, it was Paul, and Paul wanted to come on and talk about it, but just getting everybody scheduling together, it was because I've been wanting to do this for a while. And then when you guys were like, you were on the Bob show, you should talk about it. I just felt like I should do it now. So yeah, I did try to get Paul on it. Paul's a great guy. He's a really good artist. He's got a comic book called East Meets West, and he's just a great guy. He's a storyboard artist by trade, so he's worked on just about every movie you guys have ever seen. So I would hang out with him from time to time, when he worked at different studios. I hung out with him at Warner Brothers when he was working on Radio Flyer. I hung out with him over at Columbia, Sony, when he was working on Hook with Robin Williams. Those sets, I got to walk those sets. Those sets were freaking phenomenal, man. And I was in the art department when they were wrapping, and so they were throwing away, like they had drawings, like in the art department. I saw drawings and painting stuff in trash cans. It broke my heart. I was like, nobody's grabbing these. I was like, Paul, don't you take these things? He goes, well, we're not supposed to. We'll lose our jobs. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's all this artwork. I was like so tempted to roll up some of these things and hide them under my shirt and take them, because they were just amazing. It's sad kind of like Hollywood is like, they don't treat those guys very well, and they treat them very disposable. So even like those sets and stuff like that, they were kind of tearing some of them down. So I saw the dumpsters behind the sound stages, and just the stuff that was in those dumpsters. I was like, any fan, any movie fan would just take these things and just cherish them. And they were just like throwing them in the dumpster. So it was interesting, but it was also kind of disheartening, all this artwork just being thrown away. But yeah, I had a blast. Paul kicked ass. He was there just freaking kicking ass. So yeah, if you guys want to dig any deeper into it, like Past Master Dan, it was in Improby, with the comic book creator, issue 16. And I'm sure there's other articles around, because it was big for Paul too. So, Paul felt a little snubbed, and it was a big moment for him. I mean, he was beaming, and I just remember, he had like a little office with a drawing board and stuff like that, so he could put the artwork together and things like that. And so I just remember him talking and calling these guys and talking to them and things. So, Mark Evanier can say whatever he wants, but I'm going to stand by Paul. Mark Evanier did work on those things, but I don't think he put that show together. I think all those comic book artists that was all Paul. So didn't Evanier do a Human Target book? Yeah, Mark kind of jumps around, and he's done a lot of different things. I don't think Evanier is known for really one thing. I think in the day, was it Epic? No, who was the comics? Eclipse, the DNA agents. I think that was him. I think that was Mark Evanier, and I think he's kind of best known for, like, he's a Kirby historian. Like, so whenever there's articles written on Kirby and stuff like that, I think they contact Mark. Or Mark does the articles, because he knows everything about Jack Kirby. So he does have ties, like legit ties to comic books. So oh my gosh, Mark Evanier's story, just real quick. It was so weird, and I think it was one of like New York show at the Javits or whatever. So Pamela and I went. I did the convention. And so then I wanted to do something really nice for her. So I got outside of the convention, I got a really nice uptown like hotel room, which for New York, it was still a dive, but it was very, very expensive. And the lobby at least was nice. And so I rented a limo, and I got tickets to The Goodbye Girl. I think it was The Goodbye Girl. I think it was off Broadway show. And so my wife loves, theater. And so we had a great dinner. Well, the limo picked us up at the hotel, took us to the dinner. We had dinner, and then the limo took us over to the venue, to the show. And so as we saw the show, but as we're kind of sitting, getting our seat, I see Mark Evanier, and I see him with a young girl. And I was like, what the heck? Like, it's just one of those weird situations. Like, what doesn't work here? I know when I do shows and stuff with my daughter, people would look at me weird, but I clarify, this is my daughter. So I was just giving him the benefit of that, like maybe this is his daughter, but this woman was dressed like she was out on the town, like she was the guy's date. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a daughter kind of thing. And so we watched the show, and it was good. It was like Martin Short, and I forget who. It was the woman from The Jerk. What is her name? I'm sorry, you guys. I am so horrible with names. Maybe when you guys know, she was the love interest, and she does a lot of theater. She was the love interest in The Jerk. Just cute as can be. And so anyways, the show's over. We're walking out. Cars are coming to pick everybody up, right? So we're waiting on the limo, and Mark Evanier is with this girl, and then I could have swore I saw him give her money, and she hugged him, kissed him, and then got in the car and drove away. He didn't drive with her. So I don't know what the situation was, but it really seemed like an escort. It seemed like she was paid to be with Mark Evanier. So I don't want to. Oh, that's it. It's Bernadette Peters. Oh man, could you imagine? I would love it if it was Madeline Kahn. That chick is a nut. Bernadette Peters is a nut too, but in a different way. Like, Bernadette Peters is kind of cute. Like, when she was really young, I think part of it was her personality too. What is this? I hope this isn't another mystery box. Lost. No. It's all good. Yeah. You know what? New York is an expensive dump. Yeah, you could spend a bunch of money and just have like a mediocre experience. Yeah, or sugar daddy. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to speculate too much because, I mean, I don't really know, and I don't want to spread any rumors. But oh, cool. Erica Bernadette Peters is hot. Still is. Yeah, I think like there was just something. There's like some kind of. It's about like her personality too. She's a cutie, but there's like her personality. It seems really really fun to hang out with. Yeah, lots of walking in New York as well. But my wife and I had the time of our life, and somebody set us up with those tickets. I forget who it was, and man, my face is all blown out. The sun's coming up, and this is weird. And so yeah, we had a really really good time. I can't remember the friend. Maybe it was the guy that was promoting the show or something like that. So we had really really good tickets. We were like fifth row or second row or something like that. So it was really fun. So yeah, so that's Joe says the Hollywood Art Evanier DNA escort. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, like I'm not the best at telling stories. You guys say you like the stories, but sometimes it's hard to kind of put things in like a logical order, like a chronological order. And so sometimes you have to move back and forth and jump around. So I hope you guys were entertained with the story. It was a blast. I was so flattered to be asked to be, on the show. I'm glad that Wikipedia at least acknowledges my existence, and I'm not sure if my IMDb does as well. I think you have to have a speaking line. I'm not sure how IMDb works, but I think I was eligible for a SAG card because I think I spoke on some show. So I'm going to do, a series of these, my little Lost in Hollywood shows, and I'm going to talk about my little run-ins with with Hollywood. Nothing big, nothing huge or anything like that. Just fun stuff, just fun asides. And I guess it's kind of the celebrity of being a comic book artist. And in the 90s, comic books were really getting people's attention. Like people everywhere were, like Forbes was writing articles, about, Marvel and Image, and Hollywood was taking meetings with all of us, and just everybody, just across the board. And this is the thing. I wish I was, because I always wanted to be like a rock musician and stuff like that. So I always thought, yeah, a gold album would be cool. A gold record hanging on the wall. And then I think like a gold record is like 500,000 sales or something like that, 500,000, or maybe even 1 million sales for a recording, and you get a gold record. I'm thinking, in the day, we were selling 1 million copies a month of these comic books. Like, I would have a whole freaking, if I was a rocker, I'd have a whole wall of gold albums, man. I'd probably have some platinum albums as well. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, the comics industry is like, we need to start giving awards like Comicsgate. We should have like Comicsgate awards, best selling book, best looking book, best colorist, best inker, best letterer. We should have all that stuff. That would be a blast. And then we could have like a big black tie event, and we can tape it. We'll get Bob Newhart in, and he'll be the host. He'll give out the awards. Oh, that'd be a blast. Get Bob Newhart up there to give us awards. That'd be cool. I wonder how old is Bob Newhart even still around? I hope he is. He was the best part of Elf. I hated that movie, Elf. I thought it was horrible. Let's see. Dan Frege is all over IMDb. I don't know how to look it up. Let me see if I can find mine. IMDb. I haven't checked it out in a while, so I can search. It's probably not even in there. Okay. Let's see. HBO Max. Oh shit. Okay. Let me share this. This is cool. Screen share. I don't know. I don't check this stuff out, and but it's still up there, so I'm kind of surprised. So so you can put your photo in there, but you have to pay for that. So R.T. Bear is a writer known for Ultimate Spider-Man, Look Up in the Sky, and Look Up in the Sky, The Amazing Story of Superman. See full bio. Let's see what's in here. Probably not much else. There should be, though. Oh, actually, when it says contribute to this page, you can do this yourself. So I can update this. It's really kind of bizarre. So I don't really care too much about this stuff. So let's go back to the 2 credits, uncredited, animated series, Ultimate Spider-Man, Look Up in the Sky. So I'll talk some more about this stuff. I mentioned Hearts War. I had like a moment on the Andy Dick show. The Spider-Man first movie, the Tobey Maguire movie. There's been like little brushes here and there. So yeah, I did part 1. So I'll do some more of these. I think, if you guys think they were fun. So 2005, holy shit, man. It doesn't seem like a long time ago, but it really was. So yeah, there you go. IMDb, R.T. Bear. I should take a mug shot. I should get I wonder how much it is. Take a picture of me like in my prime and put it up there like a Hollywood celeb. It could be one of the categories: Comicsgate lease, SJW book. Yeah. Yeah, have the people vote like that. I think those are the best. I don't like when the industry votes. I do think like if you're going to do an awards type of thing, have the people vote, because the corruption, you can get rid of the corruption. Hopefully, if no one's corrupt, that's collecting the votes and counting the votes. But you could do that, and then it's really like the fans of these books, the fans of these artists and stuff are voting versus the industry just voting and giving themselves awards. I never saw any validity in that. I don't take any stock in that. Like, the industry giving themselves awards. I just think it's so much bullshit. I never liked the Oscars. I never liked the Academy Awards or the Grammys or any of that stuff. I never bought into it. And even a lot of the comic book awards, I've been nominated for, like, Kirby Eisner's. I've been nominated, but I never won. Or did I? Was there a Kirby Award? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really take too much stock in it. Even though I do have some of the statues back there, the Wizard Awards that I have. Seemingly contradicting myself right here on the live stream. Art is currently in his... Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do feel... okay, let's see. It used to be about the glam. Now it's about the agenda. Ooh. Yeah. That's true. Even though they still like these hypocrites are dressed in, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of clothing, right? They're going up and they're taking their award, and then they're talking about poverty or this, that, or the other thing. It's like, what are you talking about? When you drive back to your mansion, you're in your $100,000 dress or suit. It's all a bunch of BS. Okay, I'm going back and just checking stuff out, and I have to. This is funny. Unpopular opinion, but I think Lisa Kudrow was the hottest of the three Brennan chicks. Yeah, who was the dark-haired girl? She was in Ace Ventura, the first one. She was pretty cute too. I was never a Jennifer Aniston. I always thought she seemed like a snot. Even when the show first started, I thought she was kind of cute, like Girl Next Door cute, with that haircut and everything. But I don't think she aged very well. Okay, yeah, I kind of scanned it real quick. So yeah, thanks you guys for hanging out. Had a ball, just reminiscing. Oh, Courtney Cox. Yeah, Courtney Cox is. Yeah, she's a little cutie. Ooh, I like this. The Inco Award Trophy. Oh my gosh, Joe Bernardo, the check is in the mail. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Like a gold Inco? Oh, shit. The Inco Award goes to Ethan Van Sciver for Best Frog Book and only Frog Book. We have all kinds of, like Best Inker turned Penciler. That would be me. Yeah, it could be. Oh my gosh, I wonder who would get Best Letterer. I think that would be a shoo-in. Yeah, that would be fun, man. The Inco Awards. The Inco Awards. Who do I talk to? You guys need to spread the word. The Inco Awards. I'm going to highlight this again, just so you guys remember. The Inco Awards. A Golden Inco Award. I wonder if I could talk to D Geek Art if she could do like different angles of the character, because I have a friend that has a 3D printer, so we could actually make up Inco Awards. And I think they can they have this kind of like chroming, like you can dip plastic in metal, and so you can have like a metallic finish on something. So we could actually like digital print Incos and then just kind of dip them in this gold. Would we want gold or silver? I think gold is more prestigious. So get some gold Inco. The gold Inco goes to, yeah, we could do that. Goes to Cecil for funniest True life adventure adaptation. Cash grab. Yeah, we could do that. Best time travel action adventure comedy series, Chrono Mechanics. I could give an award to myself. Oh my gosh, there's nothing corrupt about that. That would be brilliant. Oh, but you guys would vote. Lifetime achievement would have to go to me. In the field of pie consumption, yeah, we could give Ethan that one. Yeah, we could do all kinds of stupid awards. We could just do it like a mock. I think it'd be funnier if we just were doing it and just mocking the award ceremonies. That would be killer. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. Look at all the freaking genius that comes out of. Oh shit, we could actually have a Stinko award. We could have a Stinko award where we could do it as like. We could just do it for shits and giggles. So we could have our Inco Awards, which is very prestigious, but then we could have the Stinko. We could give this to the industry. What is that one awards that it's like Rotten Tomatoes or something? I forget what it is. And then they have like the worst movie, worst actor, worst actress kind of thing. And I think Halle Berry actually showed up and got her award live. She was in on the humor of it. Yeah, we could give Stinkos, and they could be brown. They could look like poop. They could smell too. We could actually kind of like get some kind of scent and put them on the Stinko. Yeah, we could give like Marvel, a Stinko award for like I don't know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is my newest pet peeve. What were some of the other ones? What was the one that was so woke, written by that propaganda writer? Oh, Safe Space and what the hell was that? Was it Snowflake and Safe Space and Snowflake or some bullshit like that? We could, the Razzies. We could have the Stinkos, and we could give the industry Stinko awards and see if any of those guys will actually cross into Comicsgate territory. They'll cross the boundaries, and you guys got to talk on other streams about this, man. Yeah, we need the Stinko awards. The Stinko, actually, it would both be cool. So we could have like the Inkos, and we could give them to Comicsgate, but have you guys vote, so it's legit. So that would be legit. And hopefully you guys would give me an award just because, we brainstormed and came up with it ourselves. I could get a founder award, just a bullshit founder award. Joe Bernard says, a Stinko award of the robot she editor at Marvel. Oh my gosh. I think Marvel would probably dominate. But we could give all of our enemies, I don't have any enemies, but if I did, we could give all our enemies Stinko awards. You guys are so fucking cool. Stinko, and the Stinko goes to Dan Slott. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool, man. Stinko award for, whatever goes to Mark Wade. And of course, none of those guys would show up. So we would have Cecil. Oh my gosh, we'd have Cecil go up, and he would take his Stinko. He's like, well, Mark Wade couldn't be here, but he wanted me to tell you guys to F off, and he hates Comicsgate. And then and then he walks off. Or then, like, oh my gosh, this would be hilarious. And if we did, oh my gosh, if we did the Comicsgate convention, we could do the award ceremony. Like I think San Diego Comic-Con hosts the Eisners. We could do that. We could do a live Inco Awards at the convention. Or we could do the Stinkos, or we could do the Incos and the Stinkos back to back. So that would be a long award ceremony though. The but like the Incos could be new up and comer, talent, writer, penciler, best. I mean, you do all the main categories like best penciler, like writer, penciler, inker, colorist, letterer. And so then what other categories would you do? Best writer artist combo, best cover artist. I don't know what else you would do. Best mascot. The Inco Awards could give Inco an Inco Award. Oh my gosh, that's meta. So yeah, so we could do best like studio mascot or publishing mascot. And so it could be like Ethan's Laughing Man, Inco, and I can't think of any of the others. So then we could, that would be awesome if Inco won, because then we could give Inco an Inco. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys remember. The Inco, that's good ink. So whenever when you win an Inco, you have to put it over your head and go, that's good ink. And then, then we just like go crazy. Can you imagine it would be like an awards ceremony meets like a monster truck rally. Like Comicsgate would be like, and we would invite like everybody into the awards, so everybody would be there. So not only the people that were like voted in for an Inco, but also just like all the supporters of Comicsgate and everything like that. And we would all go in there and just, oh my gosh, could you imagine? Just make it rowdy, open bar. I don't know if we want to go that far. Like, I don't know if we would want to go really pretentious, like high end, or if we want to go like monster truck rally. Oh, okay. Here's some. So we have, we have Splutto cat. We have the Tucci Trooper skull. Yeah. So yeah, this could be cool. Okay, let's see what Spirits Car. God, I was gonna wrap this up, but you guys are on fire. Spirits Car, Archie Bear. There's a CG creator who's a master at 3D printing. He made awesome spaceships for his campaign. His name is George. You know him. No, I do not. He could make great awards. Hey, Spirits Car, if you know this guy or anybody in the chat knows this guy, could you bridge the gap and get him in contact with me? And I'll pitch this to Comicsgate, especially as we get closer to the Comicsgate convention. I think it would be a blast. I think it would be so cool. Disney, the most failed. I still like old Disney, but this new, like Bob Iger did, like when Bob Iger started at Disney, I thought it was decent. But man, that company is so freaking woke. I don't know what this means. What's a nug? The cork could be a nug. Past master, please. This sounds intriguing. I need to know what a nug is. Open. Oh, wait. Somebody's questioning my judgment. Open bar? I'm there. Oh my gosh, it'd be cool too. Like just completely just open bar. But we'd have to have some kind of we could have like drink tokens or like drink bans or something. So we'd have to kind of, because people would get ripped if it was a complete, like we'd have to set some kind of restrictions on the bar. Let's see what Sketch Therapy says. You can't give Cecil an open bar. What are you, insane? I don't, yeah. I think that guy could handle his liquor. Okay, so this is the 3D guy, George Peter. Yeah, but you guys, I am a bear of very little brain. I don't know if I can hook up with this guy. So if anybody knows George, please just tell George to DM me on Twitter. that would be cool. I will look him up. Actually, I should write down his name. So it's George Peter and GA. Okay, 3D printer. Yeah, I'll check that out. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Shinto Ketchup in a while. Hey, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Oh, perfect. You guys are the best. Thank you. I don't trust Miss Cardi block me. Oh my gosh. Why did I? Oh, we got Shinto in there. Okay. A nug of weed. Okay, that's cool. So we could have like what do they call those? Like they have in Amsterdam, like a pot bar. What do they call those? Weed bars. Joe Bernard says, Inko for best Comicsgate artist and newest Comicsgate artist. Best Comicsgate artist. Yeah, so that would be different than like best artist, best writer, or would that be the same? But we could definitely do best up and comer or new, and we could also do like best artist, and we could do best new Comicsgate book. And I think if we call it the Inkos, I think that would be brilliant. Test your mettle against Cecil Open Bar Challenge. Well, that could be after the award ceremony. Could you imagine the puke in that room? Oh, that would be horrible. Sign outside the room, no SJWs. Yeah, but if we do the Stinkos, we would want all those people in there. I like old Disney as well. Art, just like Marvel, DC, the current staff belongs in the dump. I completely, I completely agree. Oh, cool. Thank you again. I'll do the stoner version of Inko. We could also have like, you know how like the Academy Awards has like guest presenter. So we could have guest presenter and they could like, do their spiel. We could do the Inkos either completely serious, or we could do the Inkos as like just mock. We could just mock the award ceremony, or a little bit of both. Like don't take it too seriously, but be very pretentious about it in a mocking fashion. I think that would be cool, and definitely up and comers would be the award would go to Philip and his brother Brandon, or we could have the most hustle award. The most hustle award goes to. We could carry it over into YouTube too. The best YouTube channel, the most informative. I don't know, that might be stretching it, but you want to get as many categories, and we want it kind of original too. So we don't want to do just the same categories as everybody else does. So you want some like specific Comicsgate type categories, or like we could bring some of the YouTube stuff into it, since Comicsgate is so kind of YouTube connected. We could, well, there's the Pinko or the Stinko. Like that's what I was saying. Like we could do the Stinko Awards, and that could be like where we give awards to the industry at large, but for all the worst reasons. So you give, you give Dan Slott, biggest, loudmouth. I don't know the awards, but we could do something like that. I don't want to get myself in trouble here. This is a great idea. Yes, spread the word, brother. The Inko Awards at the Comicsgate convention. YouTube best rants. Yeah, I would definitely be in the list because I can go on and on forever, but I probably wouldn't win. But you know what? It would be an honor just to be nominated. It would be an honor just to be nominated. Yeah, how could I not win that award? That would be a shame if I didn't win that. It's just like uh, what's his oh my gosh, yeah, best do we have any like specific writers in Comicsgate? Um, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any stuff like that. That could be cool. That could be really cool. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my focus. So yeah, so I guess best letter would definitely go to Eric Weathers, just for sheer amount, like volume, since he inks most of the, or he letters most of the Comicsgate books. Um, Inco for fastest turnaround. Yeah, and that could actually motivate people to turn around their books quicker, because then they could get an Inco. Then a bizarre Inco for the longest turnaround fulfillment. I think EVS might win that one. I don't know. I think there's some that I don't know if are ever going to be fulfilled. But I don't know if we still claim them as our own, like Detective Dead and some of these other Stinko to J.J. Abrams for worst idea, his Superman. Yeah, that could be cool. Oh yeah, Mark Polton, writer extraordinaire. Yeah, he would have to win writer because I don't know any just specific writers. Comicsgate. I guess Cecil. Cecil does well. Cecil's kind of an artist, so he could be writer artist. What is HC? I don't know what HC. My son is reading the HC of your Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1. You guys with your initials. Like, I'm not that cool. I'm not that cool. Oh, Klaus. Yeah, Von Klaus. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, this sounds very competitive. This could be fun, you guys. Just by seeing these nominations, like you'd have Mark Polton, Von Klaus, Clint Stoker, Sweet Cast, and then you have Phil Diaz. Wow, that would be so interesting. Yeah, and then we'd have the nominations. Like I don't know how. Like I guess each one of our shows, we would have like nominations, and then like a place where you could go and I guess vote. Or a straw. How do you do that? Like, what is that called? Where you could have people vote in the chat, but I think that would be weird. Like, we'd have to have like a central location that everybody could go, and then you could vote on your faves. Oh, hardcover. Oh, I should have known that. Thanks. Oh yeah, Richard. Oh my gosh. Yeah. How about a Grifter Inco Award for the likes if Critias and Cecil were where's my book, Cecil? Yeah. I mean, the sky's the limit. I think also creatively we could do two, and one could be a complete mock, and then do the like the Stinkos and the Incos, or we could combine the two ideas in the Inco Awards. This could be big. This could be big. Man, this is cooler than the topic I started with. So anyways, you guys, I am going to wrap it up. It's been great. You guys are the best. When it comes to this guy, I think you guys are the best, man. So we're gonna have Inco t-shirts soon, so everybody can have their Inco. Show your support for the Inco Awards, and everybody that wins the Inco Award has to say that's good ink. And yeah, I'll talk to this George and see about 3D printing. Like I said, I have a friend that can do it as well. That could be cool. Great show. Bye now. Make mine Inco. Oh, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. Cool shirt. Thank you, Henry. So, like I said, thanks again, you guys, for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me do story time. And thanks for requesting this, you guys. There were like 3 of you that were saying, yeah, why don't you talk about the Bob Show? Yeah, why don't you do that? So I did it. And so we're going to do these from time to time. Like we'll do part 1, part 2, and so on and so forth, where I'll just talk about, Lost in Hollywood. Everybody's dream to be part of Hollywood. I had about this much time where I fantasized about something like that. Now I'm just so much happier just creating comic books for you guys. Best brainstorm chat at in CG ever. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, you guys take care. I'll see you soon, and look forward to those Inco shirts. They're gonna be there for purchase before you know it. So see you. Have a great day.